Imagine you're watching TV at home when suddenly a news report flashes on the screen. Initial jobless claims hit their highest level in decades this week. What does that mean? Well, let's break it down. When people lose their jobs, they often file for unemployment benefits through something called initial claims or jobless claims. This process involves applying to the government for financial assistance to cover living expenses while searching for new employment. But why do we care about these numbers? When many people are filing for unemployment claims, it often indicates economic distress. Let's explore how jobless claims function and what insights they provide into the state of the labor market and economy. What are jobless claims? Jobless claims are reports indicating how many individuals have filed for unemployment benefits in the recent period. They provide a snapshot of the labor market's current health by showing the number of people who have lost their jobs and are seeking unemployment insurance. In the U.S., government collects these data weekly from states, offering insights into the state of employment and economic conditions. For example, if you see a headline saying, "Initial claims rose to 900,000 last week," it means approximately 900,000 individuals filed for unemployment benefits during that period. This indicates a significant number of people seeking assistance due to job loss or reduced work hours. Why do we care about jobless claims? Jobless claims are crucial indicators because they provide early signals about the health of the labor market and the broader economy. Just as miners used canaries to detect hazardous gases in mines, economists monitor jobless claims to identify potential economic downturns or recessions. When many individuals apply for unemployment benefits, it typically indicates that companies are laying off workers and the economy may be weakening. This trend can serve as an early warning signal of an impending recession. How is this measured? How jobless claims are measured? Each week, state governments report to the U.S. Department of Labor the number of individuals who have filed for unemployment insurance benefits. These reports are categorized into two primary types: initial claims, which represent new filings for unemployment benefits, and continued claims, which show how many people are still receiving these benefits from the previous week. Initial claims refer to new unemployment insurance applications submitted by individuals who have recently become unemployed and are seeking assistance for the first time. Continuing claims, also known as ongoing claims, pertain to individuals who have already received unemployment benefits in the previous week and are continuing to claim benefits because they remain unemployed but are still eligible and actively searching for work. For instance, if you see a headline like "Continuing claims fell to 4 million," it means that approximately 4 million people are currently receiving regular state or federal unemployment insurance benefits. This figure indicates the number of unemployed individuals who have not exhausted their benefits and are still actively seeking employment. The impact on the economy. Now, let's talk about what these numbers mean for the broader economy. High jobless claims often indicate that businesses are reducing their workforce, which can lead to decreased consumer spending as people may have less income or feel uncertain about their financial future. When individuals lose their jobs or are worried about losing them, they tend to be more cautious with their spending, which can further impact economic growth. Let's look at an example. In March 2020, initial jobless claims surged from around 225,000 per week to over 3 million in just a few weeks. This occurred as the pandemic hit hard and businesses closed their doors quickly. That spike gave economists a clear signal that the economy was about to enter a deep recession. But what happens after the initial shock? Jobless claims can indicate whether an economy is beginning to recover. A decline in these numbers often suggests that people are returning to work or starting new businesses again, which is generally seen as a positive indicator. For instance, when jobless claims dropped from a high of around 3 million down to around 2 million or lower over several months, it usually indicates that the labor market is starting to improve and more people are finding employment again. How jobless claims affect you. Jobless claims data is important for both businesses and individuals. If you're seeking employment or concerned about the stability of your current job, understanding trends in jobless claims can provide valuable insights into economic conditions and potential shifts in the labor market. For example, understanding initial and continuing jobless claims. If initial jobless claims are high and continuing claims are increasing, it could indicate a challenging labor market where finding new employment might take longer. This situation underscores the importance of having sufficient emergency savings. Economic indicators. On the flip side, if jobless claims start falling quickly, that's generally a positive indicator for the overall economy and suggests that jobs may become more secure or easier to find. Think about it this way. When you hear on the news that initial jobless claims are dropping from around 600,000 to 300,000 over a few months, it's like saying, hey, things might start improving soon. How jobless claims are used by economists. Economists use jobless claims data to gauge the health of the labor market and inform economic policies. When initial claims rise and continuing claims stay elevated over several weeks or months, it can indicate a weakening economy, prompting policymakers to consider implementing fiscal or monetary stimulus measures. For example, during the Great Recession, initial jobless claims reached a peak of approximately 654,000 in March 2009. This occurred after the passage of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, which aimed to boost economic recovery. In response to pandemic, when jobless claims surged in March 2020, governments around the world implemented extensive relief programs. These measures provided financial assistance to workers and supported businesses as they navigated recovery. So understanding these numbers can give you insight into what's happening with the labor market and how policymakers might respond. Historical context: jobless claims over time. To understand how jobless claims work in practice, let's examine some historical data. Great Recession 2007-2009. During this period, initial jobless claims peaked at over 617,000 in March 2009, marking the depth of a long and painful recession. Subject: understanding jobless claims. Passage to fact check. Pandemic crisis 2020. In March 2020, we saw an unprecedented spike in jobless claims as high as 3.3 million per week. The U.S. economy was essentially shut down overnight due to the pandemic. These spikes indicate significant challenges in the labor market and highlight the need for support from both businesses and government. How jobless claims compare to other indicators. Jobless claims are an important component of economic analysis. Here's how they compare with other key economic indicators. GDP growth. While GDP measures overall economic output, jobless claims offer a timely indicator of the health of the labor market by showing the number of individuals filing for unemployment benefits each week. Subject: understanding jobless claims. Passage to fact check. Employment reports BLS. The Bureau of Labor Statistics releases monthly employment reports that provide broader insights into hiring trends and wage growth. However, these figures are released with a lag compared to the real-time data provided by jobless claims. Jobless claims are unique because they provide near real-time data on unemployment trends, offering valuable insights into the labor market's health and potential economic shifts. How jobless claims relate to stock markets. You might wonder how jobless claims affect stock markets. Typically, a sharp increase in initial jobless claims can signal economic weakness, leading to market concern over future corporate earnings and overall economic stability, which may cause stocks to decline. For example, market reaction to pandemic. In March 2020, as jobless claims surged, major stock indexes like the S&P 500 fell sharply. Investors were concerned that businesses would suffer from reduced consumer spending. Recovery phase. Conversely, as continuing claims decline and initial claims stabilize, markets tend to recover because this indicates a healthier labor market and improving economic conditions. Jobless claims provide important insights into the state of the labor market and can influence how investors gauge the overall health of the economy. What you can do with this information. Now that you have a better understanding of jobless claims, here's some educational information to consider. Monitor trend patterns. Regularly reviewing initial and continued jobless claims can help identify potential economic concerns in your local or national economy. Prepare financially. If jobless claims rise sharply, it may indicate an upcoming economic downturn, so consider cutting back on non-essential spending and building up emergency savings. This can help you manage through potential financial challenges. For instance, if you notice initial claims rising from around 200,000 per week to over 400,000, that's a clear signal of potential economic downturn or job market weakness. It may be wise to review your budget and consider setting aside extra funds as a precautionary measure. Conclusion. Jobless claims are more than just a number. They are a critical tool for understanding the health and trends in the labor market and economy. These claims offer early warnings about potential economic downturns, help measure the pace of economic recovery after a recession, and provide insights into how policymakers respond to changes in unemployment levels. So the next time you hear about initial jobless claims reaching new highs or lows, remember, it's not just about unemployment. It reflects the health of our economy and can impact your financial well-being as well. This is educational and historical, not financial advice. Rising jobless claims over time can signal a broader economic downturn impacting various sectors, not just one industry. If multiple industries experience simultaneous increases in jobless claims, it often indicates widespread layoffs rather than isolated incidents. Understanding these trends can help you make informed decisions about your finances. If the trend in jobless claims is upward and persistent, consider diversifying your income streams or building an emergency fund to cushion against potential financial impacts. Remember, having 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses saved up can be crucial during economic uncertainties. Moreover, jobless claims data can also influence policy decisions. Policymakers use this information to adjust unemployment benefits, stimulus measures, and other economic policies designed to support the unemployed. Understanding how these policies work can provide a general idea of what types of financial assistance might be available if you lose your job, though specific eligibility and details may vary. In summary, monitoring jobless claims can help you stay informed about economic trends and prepare proactively for potential changes in your financial situation. It's not just about reacting to negative news. It's about understanding the broader economic context and taking steps to secure your future. This is educational and historical, not financial advice.